All right, y'all, here's the other feeder. Well, nothing wrong with it. Just got it invaded by raccoons and we had to upgrade. Got this bad boy on sale at Academy Sports and Outdoors. Go put her together. I'm sure it's gonna be lots of fun. This inside the box. Got some instruction manual. Lots of unnecessary packing, I'm sure. You don't need to see this part. After all the foam and unnecessary packing was removed. Y'all, it's hot. So here's inside of it. Thought I was missing a piece. Turns out it was inside of there. Lots of trash. Okay, we're gonna break out the manual. It appears the snozberries are attached in the packing job. There's the actual bottom. This is the top. So we gotta take that apart to put it back together. So now that we've taken the bolts apart, this is what we're looking at. Still a bunch of trash. But this will be the bottom half of it. Goodbye, old raccoon feeder. Suffer, raccoons. Now, the reality is, I have gray hair. I've been around long enough to know when you're putting something together you ain't never put together before, and you get it all unpacked, and you're like, that looks weird. Instruction manual. Just kidding. When you thought you was getting somewhere, it's time to open the other box. Let's see what all's in there. Step 1 complete. Install the motor. On to step 2. Step 2 complete. Step 3, install the spinner plate. Step 3 complete. There is a set screw and a flat piece on the spindle. So there's about a 1/4 inch left out. Okay, figured out why there was no hardware for step 4. It's literally just connecting the motor to the wiring harness and putting it in the slots. Not sure how I feel about all that corn hitting that when I fill it up. Step 5, install the battery box in the upper hopper. Step 6, install the screw and cap. This is for the battery box. Supposed to slide in just like so. Which does not appear to be working. No, we put it together wrong. Step 6, install the screw and cap. This is for your battery lid. Don't install the screw and cap the wrong way. It slides right down in there. Step 7, install that. Installed, not sure what it does, but it's installed. Step 8, attach the chain to the battery box and the lid. We'll have to come back and finish step 8. We did not bring any pliers with us. Those are lock nuts on there. All right, y'all, this is step 9. Just putting all these bolts in. Just finger tightening them right now. Gonna go back. You do need a 10 millimeter. Repeat, do need 10 millimeter. The instruction manual tells you that. All right, so we finished that other step. That was step 9. We're gonna skip step 10. I'm putting the legs on. There's a fucking tick. I'm wearing off, by the way. 187% DEET. We're gonna go ahead and jump to step 13. There's no reason to fight around these legs to put this on. Don't know why they put it the other way. The legs aren't attached to the varmint cage, so we're gonna do that. All right, here we are, finishing up step 13. Yes, that is a Pittsburgh ratchet and some cheap sockets. My son bought those and they were there on the counter. We're missing a socket set. So if you see them, they're Craftsman. We'll pay you a reward. All right, going in reverse from step 13 back to step 10. We're now going to attach the legs. We're still up on the table. We're not sure if we're going to be able to get it down by ourselves. We may have to call for reinforcements. But I am impressed with this cage. It's pretty solid. Take that, you raccoons. So in step 10, don't be worried about the legs. They're conveniently color-coded, green and yellow. So step 10 is put these bolts in on the legs. As I mentioned before, they are color-coded. Step 11 is attach the leg braces. It's very important you do not, the instructions say so, do not over-tighten these or tighten them at all. Finger tight for now. On to step 12. Attach skids. We've got it down off the table successfully. We tightened the first bolt down at the bottom just so we didn't wire anything out on all 4 legs. We'll tighten the other ones before we stand her up. All right, whatever the hell step we're on, we done put the skids on, tighten down all the bolts, tighten that down. We're gonna do some more stuff. Here's what the inside looks like. All right, step 14, attach a solar panel as so. And put your cock in the hole. Here we are. Step 15, attaching the handle. Number B, Article 2, subsection D. If you can't figure this little timer out, you don't be deer hunting. Y'all just need to see how hard these little things been working. This is our favorite pole they climb up. You can see how muddy they got it all. And little paw prints all over it. Damn raccoons. Okay, so after completing all the steps, we're starting to fill it up. We're going to do a mixture of corn and extreme protein pellets. After all, you can't eat the antlers. So here's the little thing I couldn't figure out earlier. The battery door. And there's your timer, which runs off AA. Kind of weird, but does come with a nice little pigtail you can hook up to your little battery. Can't complain. Comes with a little tube of silicone around the solar panel. Not too bad. Stay tuned. All right, so here we go. That was the old one. Muddy raccoon paws. You can see them. They got it all mudded up. Here's the new one. Wasn't too awful bad. That's 480 pounds of feed. This will hold 600. It probably would. But here's the nice part. That cage down there. Admittedly, I like the timer. Look at this. Hold down test. Got 10 seconds for an 8-second test. Run! Here's how far it broadcast. If it was a little higher, it'd be okay. Did we jam? We jammed. What's that about? Old raccoon's gonna have a field day. Well, as you can see, we gotta empty the corn out of this thing and take it back. Heavy duty construction on my foot. Well, I mean, the guys at Academy, they're gonna take care of me, but still, this sucks. All right, we got her loaded back in the rig. New one, 750-pound Foreman series, heavier gauge steel. 16 gauge, so we'll see how it does. Okay, so we upgraded. The other one broke. Took it back to the store. The manager was great at Academy. He gave me this $750 one for the price of $399. Doesn't throw this corn as far as I thought it would, but it doesn't really matter. Down here is the important part. There's so many bolts in this thing. And it's actually heavy gauge steel. The other one said it was heavy gauge steel, but not so much. That's extra corn from the other feeder that they replaced. Yeah, they replaced the feed. I told them I had to dump it out because I had no way to get it out of the woods, which I was able to get it out of the woods. Picture coming. But here's all the feed I threw out. That's full of corn. And I got 500 more pounds in the truck. This holds 750. And it's raining.